Okay, so let's unpack this. I mean, imagine you're doing street evangelism and someone walks up to you and says, if you just show me God, I'll believe.
Right, yeah, it's like the ultimate human trump card.
Exactly, the whole I'll believe it when I see it mentality. But today's source material, we're looking at these daily devotional notes from August 11th, 2026, focusing on Ezekiel 38, argues that actually seeing God with your own eyes might be, well, the worst possible way to build true faith.
Which is wild because it challenges this fundamental assumption we all make. We just assume that visible proof, automatically creates absolute trust.
So our mission today for this deep dive is to figure out that exact paradox. Like, why does seeing something actually fail to guarantee true belief?
Well, the notes point to a specific prophecy in Ezekiel 38 to explore this. There's this massive northern army, Gog, that attacks Israel, and the text says God intervenes with just absolute apocalyptic judgment.
We're talking like major disaster movie stuff.
Yeah. Right? Oh, totally. Earthquakes, pestilence, torrential rain, literal fire, and sulfur. And the stated purpose in the text is so the observing nations will witness this overwhelming display and, quote, know that I am the Lord.
See, but that's why I have to push back. I mean, if someone watches literal fire and sulfur rain down from the sky, wouldn't they instantly become a devoted follower?
You would think so, right?
Yeah, it's like demanding to see the manager, and then they appear with a literal earthquake. Like, how do you not trust them after that? It seems like it would guarantee unquestioning allegiance.
What's fascinating here is the distinction the text makes between forced submission and what it calls saving faith. Because, if an all-powerful being shatters the earth, you will absolutely comply.
Right, but you're complying out of sheer terror.
Exactly. Saving faith, at least in this context, isn't just acknowledging that a powerful entity exists because you're terrified of it. It's an active, willing trust in their character.
It's the difference between someone handing over their wallet because there's a weapon pointed at their head versus, someone giving a thoughtful gift to a spouse.
That's a perfect analogy. The external action might look like surrender in both cases, but the underlying mechanism, so terror versus love, is just entirely different.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
And the source takes it a step further, arguing that demanding visible proof actually conceals human pride. It's essentially an attempt to put the divine on trial.
Oh, like saying, you must perform to my visual standards before I grant you my loyalty.
Precisely. And we don't even have to guess how humans would react to that kind of terrifying spectacle.
Right, because we have historical proof right in these notes. The Israelites actually did get that undeniable visual proof. They saw literal fire descending on a mountain. They heard a thunderous voice, and then
they almost immediately built a golden calf to worship instead.
It's mind-blowing. They just saw the fire, and they immediately go make a statue.
Well, they sought out an idol because a golden calf is manageable. It doesn't shake the ground, It doesn't demand moral perfection.
So when faced with overwhelming, uncontrollable power, the human instinct isn't to trust it.
No, the instinct is to find something smaller that we can control.
So the spectacle didn't create a bond at all.
Yeah.
It just created a trauma response.
Exactly. But the notes also say that unholy humans literally cannot survive seeing a perfectly holy God directly.
Which, on the surface, sounds like a really arbitrary rule. Like, why can't we just look at the raw power and live?
Well, the source frames it as a physical incompatibility rather than just an arbitrary rule. Think of absolute purity and human imperfection like dropping a piece of dry paper into a roaring furnace.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. The sheer proximity to the furnace doesn't change the paper into something better. The intensity simply destroys it. The spectacle annihilates. It doesn't transform.
That is such a vivid image.
Right. Therefore, the text defines true faith as a gracious gift. It's trusting in something, specifically Jesus Christ here, even when invisible. And the hallmark of this trust is that it produces willing obedience rather than just fearful cowering.
That really completely changes how we think about evidence and belief. So, to you listening right now, the source actually poses some pretty uncomfortable reflection questions.
Yeah, they hit hard.
They really do. Are there areas in your life where you acknowledge an authority, maybe out of fear of the consequences, but you quietly resist actually following their guidance?
Or are you demanding visible proof in your own life? Like refusing to trust a process or a promise just because you can't see the immediate outcome?
This raises an important question to walk away with, honestly.
It really does. If witnessing overwhelming visible divine power only produces terror and a desire for control, like those Israelites building an idol at the foot of a burning mountain, is the physical invisibility of God actually a necessary shield?
That's a deep thought.
Yeah, perhaps not seeing the literal fire and earthquakes is the exact boundary required for true, freely chosen faith to exist at all.